Welcome to Chase Talks. My name's Chase. Today we're going to be going back to an oldie. We're going to be doing something that we haven't done in a while. And what that thing is we're going to be doing is Let's Learn VGC. But instead of 2018, we're doing 2019. On September 4th, we were blessed by the gods of Pokemon. They rained down upon us a new meta. 3 new metas, actually, called the Sun Series, the Moon Series, and the Ultra Series. Now, September 4th started the Sun Series, and the Sun Series is what we're going to be playing in because that is active until January, where they will switch to the Moon Series. They're doing something completely different for this year, for VGC, which I'm very excited about. Seems like something that's exciting, keeping switching up, and this current meta does not allow Megas. It allows 2 restricted Pokemon per team, so things like the Palkia, the Groudon, the Kyogre, things like that. But Megas, Primals, and Z-Crystals are banned. And as well as mythical Pokemon, so there's going to be no Zoroark, no Victini, everything like that. And of course, just like VGC 2018, in VGC 2019, only Pokemon caught within a Alola through either an event or in the wild are available. So, normally, when I'm learning a format, trying something new, I like to start with the Trick Room team. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to start with the Palkia Trick Room team. And that's exactly who our first Pokemon is going to be, which is Palkia. If you guys don't remember from my old Let's Learn VGC videos, or if you're new to the channel, I always start off with a team builder. We normally use a team for a couple episodes, but the very first episode, I start off the video with a team builder. After that, I only start it off if we change something. Down in the description, there's, of course, going to be sets pasted for the entire team if you want to use it on your own, or you can hit the timestamp down to skip straight into the action of game 1. So we do 3 games in each episode at a minimum because VGC plays in a best of 3 format. So going back to the team builder, the first Pokemon I'm going to bring is Palkia, or Frieza. I love the name Frieza for Palkia because Palkia always reminds me of a scrapped Frieza form. It's the form that would probably be between King Cold and the Xenomorph from Alien. So second and third form. We're running the Lustrous Orb on Palkia. For those of you that don't know the Lustrous Orb, what that does is it increases the power of Dragon-type moves and Water-type moves on Palkia specifically. His ability is going to be Pressure. I actually don't think there is another option for Palkia. There's Telepathy. Oh, that's actually a smart idea. I should probably run Telepathy instead. That'd be smart because then I could actually run... Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Huh. Yeah. Is Telepathy even available? Hold on, let me check something real quick. Nope, only obtainable from an event. So Telepathy is not available. Alright, so we learned together Telepathy is not available. Again, the name of the series is Let's Learn VGC, not Let's Know Everything About VGC already. The moves I'm going to be running on this thing is Spacial Rend, signature move, Hydro Pump for Water Stab, Trick Room, and Protect. This thing is going to act as one of our primary Trick Room centers. We have 2 on this team, as you can see on the spoiler bar above. The set I'm running on this thing is a Quiet Nature. It is a little bit of a fast Pokemon. It does have 100 base speed. It's kind of in that middle speed tier where it's not super fast, but it's not super slow either. So there are things that are going to be slower than me and underspeed me. But I am running 252 HP, so I have a little bit of bulk in there, an odd amount of HP, so I can, when I take 50%, I'll get the higher end of those rolls. 4 extra points in defense, 252 boosted in special attack with the Quiet Nature. Next Pokemon we're bringing in this team is our Great Ball, our Amoonguss with the Black Sludge. Effect Spore is its ability, Grass Knot, Rage Powder, Spore, and Sludge Bomb. I originally had Protect on this set. I did a little bit of playtesting before. I normally don't do playtesting before I record anything, but I did a little bit just because I wanted to get a little used to the format first before I made any videos about it. We could still lose all 3 games in this video. I'm not saying I'm going to win because I did a little practice games, but I wanted to at least have some familiarity because I don't have much experience using the Pokemon that are in singles classified as Ubers, so your restricted Pokemon in VGC. When I was playtesting, I didn't like Protect on Amoonguss, so I decided to switch out for Sludge Bomb. Grass Knot is on it because it does more damage to things like Kyogre and Groudon. 252 in HP, Sassy Nature with 252 in special defense is going to be one of my specialty defensive walls. 4 points in defense. The main goal of this is to Rage Powder whenever I see a Tapu Lele. That is just about the only purpose of this Pokemon, is because I can't fake out Tapu Lele, so I have to Rage Powder whenever I see a Tapu Lele, so Tapu Lele doesn't just click Moonblast and end my Palkia's world, and I can still get Trick Room up. The next Pokemon on this team is my Star Destroyer. Where would we be in VGC without Star Destroyer? Without Celesteela, I have loved this Pokemon. I am using a different set, a little bit different set than I have used in the past. Normally I use a specially defensive Palkia with 196 points in special defense, but this time we're running 196 points in physical defense with that extra 60 points in special defense, 252 in HP, with a relaxed nature to make sure we're underspeeding everything. Beast Boost with leftovers, Heavy Slam, Flamethrower, Leech Seed, Protect. Pretty standard. Move spread, I'm inversing my normal EV spread that I like to run, which is actually closer to the recommended set, which is the 252 in defense. But I want to be a little bit more specially defensive so I can try and lift things like a Thunderbolt. The next Pokemon on this team is El Tigre, our Incineroar with an Assault Vest, Intimidate. To bring everyone to -1, this is the sole Intimidator on this team. Many times I like to run 2 Intimidators. With this team, I decided to run only 1. Flare Blitz, Knockoff, Stomping Tantrum, and Fake Out. The reason I have Stomping Tantrum instead of Earthquake, which I would have liked Telepathy, because then I would have thought about putting Earthquake on this, is because with the exception of Star Destroyer, Earthquake would either force a Protect from one of my Pokemon, or would just flat out damage them for a minimum of neutral damage. So I decided to run Stomping Tantrum instead, so I can get that single target damage. Stomping Tantrum does, since I have 252 points in attack with a Brave Nature, it does OHKO the Tapu Koko. And Fake Out, of course, to try and secure alongside Rage Powder to have the pairing of those two secure me setting up Trick Room on either my Frieza or my other Trick Room setter. 252 points in HP and 4 points. The remaining 4 points I put in special defense since I am running an Assault Vest. Next Pokemon is our Z95 Head Hunter, our second Star Wars Pokemon on this team, which is our kyurem-white. With a choice, Specs Turbo Blaze is its ability, of course, which means that it can attack through abilities. So things like Levitate, Disguise will not stop kyurem-white from destroying you. I decided to run choice specs on this because I wanted this thing to be my primary attacker. It is slower than Palkia, but there are still things that underspeed it with its 95 base speed, despite the fact that it's actually not minimum. It's supposed to be minimum. I don't know why it is at min speed. Alright, I'm going to make it slower. Is everyone else at min speed? Edit. I was playing this without min speed. Oh, this one doesn't have min speed either. Fix that really quick. They're all supposed to have min speed. I don't know why this one didn't. But I wanted him to have min speed. Now he does have min speed. He's got 90 points. As speed value is only 90. 12 points in special defense, 244 in HP, and 275 with that quiet nature. You can see this is actually the recommended bulky spec set. And that's what I decided to go with. Ice Beam, Fusion Flare, Earth Power, Dragon Pulse. There's a lot of fairies running around the meta right now, so it's going to be very unlikely that I do lock myself into Dragon Pulse with the likes of Xerneas and Tapu Lele running rampant, as well as Tapu Koko and Bulu being on the side a little bit. But he will be able to put in the work with Fusion Flare, Earth Power, and the occasional Ice Beam. The last Pokemon on this team, which you got spoilered on our spoiler bar, and you saw a little bit when I just checked and saw he wasn't at 0 speed, even though he was supposed to be, which is our Cell, our Uniclus. With the Eye of Papa Berry, I wanted to run leftovers on this, but I'm already running leftovers on my Star Destroyer, so I decided to put one of the 25% berries instead. Getting that huge extra chunk of health when I'm setting up with a Calm Mind, just in case I do take damage. Magic Guard, so I can't be damaged by things like Leech Seed and Toxic. Toxic isn't very common, but Leech Seed is very common. I don't want to be damaged by that. Psychic, Energy Ball, Calm Mind, and Trick Room. This is my secondary Trick Room setter. Its main job is to set up Calm Minds and then wipe out things with Toxic. While this thing does get walled pretty hard by Incineroar, I decided to run an Energy Ball rather than a move that could hit Incineroar like Focus Blast, because I want an Energy Ball specifically for Kyogre. There's a lot of Kyogres running around, and it also hits Groudon as well, specifically for Kyogre and Groudon. They are very, very, very common in the meta, and I wanted them, or they appear to be very common in the meta, so I wanted to make sure I had coverage that hit both of them for super effective damage. 2 points in HP, 252 points in special attack with a quiet nature, and 4 points in special defense. So that is our team. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. I'm going to cut right now until we are in our first battle. Hopping into our first battle, we're facing against a Kyogre, Ferrothorn, Landorus T, Amoonguss, Stakataka, and Dialga. They got a little bit of Trick Room on their team, as well as some fast Pokemon like Landorus T. I haven't seen much Landorus T. I thought I would see more of it than I did, but this, in my VGC 2019 games that I've been playing, I have not seen that many. I think we're just going to go for the standard Frieza and El Tigre lead. Ooh, they don't have a fairy. I feel like Star Destroyer, though, still does pretty well. I do want to bring Headhunter this game. I think Star Destroyer is going to do better than... I know I can have 2 Pokemon with Grass-type moves, but I just think Star Destroyer... I don't see his way to break Star Destroyer. So Star Destroyer can really come up clutch as my way of closing out this game. Wow. I don't know if that's as loud as it is for you, but like... Alright, I'm going to turn all this down for me. The sound effects were like super loud for me, but I couldn't hear the music. You guys should be able to hear the music now if you guys couldn't before. I don't know, weird. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and set up Trick Room, and I'm going to fake out the... I don't want Amoonguss to put me to sleep, so I'm going to fake out that Amoonguss, and I will... Ooh, I get Thundered. That's going to do some damage. But we get the flinch, and we set up the Trick Room. I'm going to go ahead and Spacial Rend the Kyogre here, and I'm going to go for a Flare Blitz into the Amoonguss. Ooh, and we do get Spored, so he ended up underspeeding us. That's unfortunate. I think we're going to die here. This is really unfortunate, because this Amoonguss can just put my entire team to sleep. Yeah, I don't really have a way. I'm going to just lose to this Amoonguss right now. I don't have a way of stopping the Amoonguss from putting my entire team to sleep, which unfortunately is a strategy in VGC, is to just put all of your enemy to sleep. It really sucks. It's not fun to play against. And there we go. He undersped me. So he's Min Speed Amoonguss. And fortunately, I did get the Wake Up, and he had a Mental Herb, so he can't be taunted, so you can't stop him from sporing you. It's just not a fun strategy. Just not a fun strategy to play against at all. I don't know if the music's too loud or too quiet right now, because it wasn't on for some reason before. And it feels... I know that the music to me is much louder than it is to you. So... I took no damage there. I'm still asleep though. Ooh, that Earth Power did a whole total of 0 damage. Let's go ahead and Leech Seed that Kyogre, and I'm going to go ahead and Flare Blitz the Dialga. That did a grand total of 0 damage, and that's neutral damage too. That still does 0 damage. That Origin Pulse is going to hurt though. That's okay, we're just going to keep Leech Seeding up, get our Headhunter in. Our Headhunter does have the ability to do some damage here. I'm going to go ahead and Leech Seed on the Dialga while I... go ahead and... Do I want a Fusion Flare? Do I want to lock myself into Fusion Flare? Or... Oh, man. I think I want to lock myself into Fusion Flare. And I'll do that into the Dialga slot too, because he might switch out the Dialga. And I predicted wrong. He did not switch out the Dialga. He switched out the... And it hit a berry. He switched out the thing. Oh, and I missed that. That's awesome. That is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and Fusion Flare into the Amoonguss slot now. Rage Powder, you were taking the Fusion Flare anyway, you're gone. Yeah, I don't know how you break my... I don't know how you break my Celesteela, though. What's your Pokemon in the back? I haven't seen your last Pokemon yet, but I don't know how it's going to break Celesteela. Like, this is the exact scenario that I thought we were going to get into, where I was going to struggle against this team, but there's that. But I have Flamethrower. Okay, you're going to reset the rain. I still have Flamethrower, though. That does 0 damage. You're going to try and Leech Seed me, but that doesn't work. I'm going to Leech Seed your Kyogre. I got paid back for my Leech Seed miss. We can miss the Leech Seeds together. It's okay. It's okay. We can do it. Skip to the end. Oh, he has Thunderbolt. He has Thunder. I forgot he had Thunder. I should have realized that he had Thunder. I forgot about it. Why did he protect, though? That was weird. Alright, well, we get a pretty bad 0-1 in the first game. I don't know whether or not I like this team. In all my, I did not do that well in my battle testing with this team. I actually really don't like Amoonguss on the team. And there's a lot of things I don't like about the way this team is set up. So next time, we might see a totally different team. But this is the team that I have built right now. And I've been enjoying using the Palkia and Incineroar combo especially. So I was like, you know what? Let's just do this one for the video rather than building a whole new team. Because I've been enjoying using that combo. So let's show off that combo a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and cut till we are in our second battle of the day. Alright, hopping into a second battle of the day, we're playing against a Xerneas Tapu Fini. My team struggles so much against that combination. So much. With a Groudon, an Incineroar, a Ludicolo, and a Bronzong. So, what I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to have to lead my... I might just do Star Destroyer Cell. Because he's got to lead... Yeah, he's got to lead his Xerneas and stuff. And I'm going to put Frieza and... Oh, man, I don't even know. Oh, my gosh. You know what? I'm going to lead Incineroar and Palkia. And I'm going to put Star Destroyer and Cell in the back. And we'll go ahead and turn on the timer. So that our friend over here, our new friend that we just randomly met, does not take all day. It doesn't take all day deciding his picks on what he wants to bring. Yeah, I'm really worried about this team. I've been really worried about the Xerneas Tapu Fini combo. It has definitely not been a good time facing it. So we could start off 0-2 in this episode, but we could also win. You know, it's all about the plays in the match. Even if I have an unfavorable matchup at the start, or I feel like I have an unfavorable matchup, that doesn't mean I can't make the plays I need to make in order to come out ahead. It could also be that this guy doesn't pick anything in the next 60 seconds, so I end up winning by default. And then we're like, woo, we picked up our first win of the day because he never picked his mons. He never picked his mons. But, you know, you just never know. Groudon, though, I actually really like Celesteela's matchup into Groudon. Celesteela actually does really well against Groudon. I think his best answer to my Celesteela is my Incineroar. But he does lead the two Pokemon I was worried about him leading. What I got to do here is I just got to straight fake out into the Xerneas to stop it from setting up a Geomancy and go for Trick Room. So he does actually protect, which is going to give me any Scalds. That's fine. I'm going to eat that. I can actually eat 2 of those. And it's going to give us a free Trick Room. Now, Xerneas did protect, so Xerneas can't protect this turn. I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Flare Blitz and the Hydro Pump. If the Hydro Pump lands, we should be able to take it out here. Oh, all day we're going to take it out here. We missed! No, we missed! And he hits the Dazzling Gleam. Oof, that's going to be enough with the Skull. Take out my LT Great. Gosh, I can't believe we missed that Hydro Pump. I missed so many Hydro Pumps. Oh, my gosh. I know you haven't seen it. I'm working with anger from other things as well. I'm going to go ahead and calm mine. And I'm going to go for the Hydro Pump again. Come on. Come on, Frieza. Don't miss it. Come on, Frieza. Come on. Oh, he went for a Protect. He's going to try and stall it out. That's okay, though. That is okay. It's actually not okay at all because we're going to get wrecked. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Psychic onto Xerneas, and I'm going to Hydro Pump into the Incineroar. If we can one-shot the Incineroar, it might put us in a good place, but oof, the knockoff is going to get rid of our Eye Papa Berry, which isn't good for us. But we do knock out the Incineroar. That puts us in a good position. He's got 2 Pokemon down. Moving into this, I can just single target out his Groudon right here. He might protect his Groudon. I'm okay if he does. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Energy Ball and the Hydro Pump into his Groudon slot. That combination should be enough to knock out his Groudon. First hit, Precipice Blades goes off, and oh man, it does knock out both of my Pokemon. Oof, that puts me in a bad position. Really bad position moving forward. All we have left is our Star Destroyer. I still hate that Showdown hasn't fixed it to where you have to click on a dead Pokemon. It's so frustrating. I've been sitting there before waiting for Showdown to do something, and it doesn't do anything because I have to click on a dead Pokemon. I'm going to go ahead and Leech Seed into the Groudon slot. My only real way to come through here is to try and Leech Seed out the Groudon and the Tapu Fini and hope they don't have the damage to take me out. Unless this Groudon has, because Precipice Blade cannot hit me, so unless this Groudon does have, that was a crit. Precipice Blade does not hit me. I am a flying type. Come on. Oh, come on. Leech Seed really misses. Oh, he's going to go ahead and forfeit because he's probably banded. I've seen a lot of banded or scarfed Groudons. I'm assuming they're banded. Even though I don't know whether or not they're going to outspeed me if I did have max speed, but I'm going to assume they're banded, locked into Precipice Blades. Precipice Blades, of course, does not hit my Celesteela because my Celesteela is a flying type. I've seen so many people make that exact same play into my Celesteela. I would have won that game just purely based off of Leech Seed because Tapu Fini and Groudon did not have the capability to finish off my Celesteela. So, just like I thought in team preview, looking at his team very much struggled with taking out my Celesteela once his Incineroar was down, and we did see that. So, it was a huge clutch play of my Palkia, my Frieza, being able to land his laser, bam, and shoot right through the chest of that Incineroar, taking him out in one hit. So that brings us 1-1 in the day. We're have a chance. We have a chance of picking up the reverse sweep in today's best of 3. I'm going to go ahead and cut until we're in our third and final game of the day. I'll begin our third and final match of the day. We are facing off against another Xerneas with an Incineroar, Kyogre, Amoonguss, Kartana, and a Talonflame. I've seen a couple Talonflames, but I've never actually seen anyone bring them. So let's see what this guy does and let's see if he ends up bringing it. I definitely think he's going to bring his Xerneas, so I'm kind of forced to bring my Celesteela. I don't see anything bad, though. He's got Rage Powder and Fake Out to try and ensure his Geomancy as well as... Oh, and then he uses Talonflame to Gale Wings to set up Tailwind. That makes sense. So that is a good team. It's a decent team. I don't know if it's the best team, but it's all right. It's all totally centered around Xerneas. I'm going to go ahead and try and counter his Tailwind and his setup potential and bring Frieza, Tigre with Star Destroyer, and I'm going to bring Cell in the back. He actually leads Kyogre and Incineroar. That's interesting. That is very, very, very interesting. They're both going to get our Intimidates off. The Intimidates only matter on our Tigres. I'm going to go ahead and set up Trick Room, and I'm going to go out and fake out. His Incineroar is probably going to be faster than mine, so I'm going to fake out his Kyogre. Oh, and he switches out, so I'm going to get a little bit of chip damage. He double switches out, so I'm going to get a little bit of chip damage on his Xerneas while we set up the Trick Room. And he gave me the rain for my Hydro Pumps. I'm assuming he's going to set up Rage Powder here, but I'm going to go ahead just in case he doesn't, and I'm going to double into the Xerneas. Worst case scenario, I double into the Amoonguss, and oh my gosh, it spored me. And that did 0 damage. This thing is so bulky. How did that do 0 damage? I get that I'm in the rain, but that thing's got to be like max HP. What? That Flare Blitz did 0 damage. It ate that. That thing's got to have so much bulk investment. Oh my gosh, that did 0 damage. And I'm put to sleep because Amoonguss underspeeds me. Oh, it's so frustrating. I hate all these Spore strats. That's the most frustrating thing about this is all the Spore strategies. And he's going to put my other Pokemon to sleep too. Wow, and he's just going to kill me with everything Geomancied. Thank God. Kill him. Doesn't kill him. And, wow, and I'm not even going to live a Dazzling Gleam. He's got to be max HP, max... He'll be like max HP, max special attack, modest. I can't imagine a world where that is not the case right now. I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to try and get rid of the Xerneas' item and hope I wake up. So he protected. What did I went into the protect. I stayed asleep though. I'm going to go ahead and Leech Seed again into the Xerneas slot, and I'm going to knock off into the Xerneas and see what happens. So he fakes me out. And I'm still fast asleep. I've been sleeping for 3 turns. It's super unfortunate sleep, and I'm going to lose my Tigre. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and Leech Seed again and try and set up another Trick Room. But I can't beat this Xerneas. This Xerneas is too bulky. Yep, Xerneas is just going to outspeed me and knock me out. I knew exactly what this team was. I just couldn't stop it. The weird thing is, though, that he didn't click the Rage Powder. He went for that. Why did he knock off? Does he not have Flare Blitz? No, he does, because it just skipped end. So he's got to use Flare Blitz right here. Wow, why did he knock me off? Weird, waste of a turn. Yeah. Oh, man, that Xerneas was so bulky. Even in the rain, like, it had to have bulk investment. Because I've hit in the rain Xerneases before, and I've done way more damage than that. It has to be a full bulk invested, almost said Venusaur, Xerneas. It's got to be max HP. I don't see any other world where that's not the case. So he's probably just relying on the +2 speed that he get from Geomancy to do it there. But that's what you got to do. That's one of the things that sucks about this kind of restricted oriented meta is you do get things like the Geomancy that can just wreck your world. Kyogre I don't think was that good of a bring against my team. I don't ever think it's a good bring against my team, but people bring it all the time, especially because you're just giving my Palkia the ability to hit boosted Hydro Pumps all over your team. But what are you gonna do if I was yeah, I don't even know how I could have changed that. I don't know. My only other way I could have changed that would have been if I would have brought my Amoonguss and I would have started putting everyone that isn't Amoonguss on his team to sleep. I really think that's my only counterplay. But we do end up losing our best of 3 against 3 different opponents. We're 1-2 in the day. Not terrible. Could definitely be better. I don't know if this is going to be the team for next episode or not. I could end up running the exact same team. I could switch it out for a different team. I'm not really liking this Trick Room team. I love the Trick Room combo. I really love Palkia and Incineroar. Where it falls apart for me is everything else. I even like the Celesteela. I'm kyurem-white's super hit or miss. I really like kyurem-white with some games. Other games he feels kind of heavy, like he's kind of weighing down my team. Reuniclus has had big carry games. Amoonguss has never felt useful in any game I've brought him. Even games where he's sporing people, putting them to sleep, he does not seem very useful. I really don't like the Amoonguss. The Amoonguss dies most of the time. Maybe it's because it's specially defensive, but it is specially defensive, and that's one of the things that sucks is that it's been one-shot by specially defensive moves, and it is a specially defensive Amoonguss. So I don't really know how to fix that with my Amoonguss. But that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe so you never miss another episode of Chase Talks. Until next time, this is Chase, signing off.